Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Throwdown. It's the August 8th, 2020 edition. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams. I'm Caleb Black. That's our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. And it's time to talk about Smackdown. Guys, if you just watched the Raw video, we forgot to give you our star of the show. For me, personally, it was Dominic. Agreed. Stole the show. Absolutely killed it. But we're not talking about Raw right now. We're talking about Smackdown.
It's in the past.
Give you another brief rundown. We're going to start rating every single match, every single segment, give you an overall average review of the show at the end of the show, and give you who we thought stole the show personally. Just something new to beef up the content. Let's talk about Smackdown, y'all. Smackdown opens up with a Firefly Funhouse segment featuring Bray Wyatt. Calling out The Fiend, talking about how he's got Alexa Bliss. If Braun Strowman doesn't give The Fiend what he wants, she's gonna find out just how dangerous he is, or whatever. I gave it a 2. It went too long. It didn't draw me in as much as I wanted it to.
I gave it a 4. I was completely on the other end of the spectrum there. I think that it was used very smartly to build the feud the way that I think it should be built.
Yeah, I mean, Bray Wyatt can talk. Obviously, in the Firefly Funhouse is working for him pretty well. Hopefully, we get to the later on segment, we can talk a little bit more about that. Yeah. But right now, we're going to go right into Matt Riddle versus Sheamus. And son of a bitch, what a good match.
I have feet written down.
Like, Matt Riddle started out as a guy that I absolutely hated. Absolutely hated. But has won me over 100%. And he and Sheamus had a hard-hitting match. I rated it a 3 out of 5 because of the finish, the DQ, but it was a great match.
I also gave it a 3 out of 5 for the exact same reason.
Yeah, if it had been fitted with finish, it would have been something.
Yeah.
Basically, Shorty G ran in and attacked Matt Riddle, which cost Sheamus the match by DQ, giving the victory to Matt Riddle. Sheamus then cuts a scathing promo on Shorty G and hits him with not one but 2 bro kicks. Didn't necessarily care for the second one. He should have been out with the first one.
Wasn't needed.
My call. Yeah. But damn, what a damn good match. Then we go into a Baron Corbin Sheamus segment where Sheamus goes to Corbin and basically says, "Hey, your bounty cost me my match. Get in my way again. I got a bro kick for you."
Mm-hmm.
Baron Corbin, then says, "If I didn't have to deal with Jeff Hardy tonight, I'd put a dent in your head right now." It was heated. They both said what they needed to say without being overbearing or winded. I gave that segment a 3 out of 5.
Also got a 3 out of 5 out of me. I think that it furthered the storyline. Built for things to come.
Yeah. I also believe it when Sheamus says he's going to knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, of course.
I buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not like...
It's not like he can't fight.
Right. And honestly, he's a good buffer for Corbin. So,
yes.
Then we move right along into the dirt sheet.
And we're going to roll the footage of Mandy Rose's hair.
Here's the weird part. This segment started out as a 5-star segment in my mind. First of all, John Morrison opening up with, I just want everyone to know I'm way more underground than everybody, as a callback to his time on Lucha Underground, absolutely slayed me.
Fantastic.
It was good. They open up interviewing Mandy Rose's hair due to her attack last week. It was funny, went on too long. If they'd have cut about a minute off of that, it would have been perfect.
I would have scored it higher.
Yeah. Sonya Deville then is featured as their next guest, and she's not a great promo, and she rambled.
A lot.
For 5 minutes. Killed it for me. Absolutely killed it. Fortunately, Tucker and Otis make the save and attack Miz and Morrison. Really put the boots to him. Because of the segment, the long-winded nature of it, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. I
gave it a 3. Actually, hold on. I gave it a 3.5. I found it absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Again,
it was funny. It
would have went almost a 4 for me if it wouldn't have went as long.
It was almost, that's literally, it was going to be a 4-star segment, and they just didn't stop when they should have. Speaking of 4-star segments, Cesaro and Lince Dorado put on a clinic.
Put the title on the man.
Cesaro gets a 4 out of 5 for this because of his victory, and it was, Lince Dorado made him look great because of his athleticism. That powerbomb catch with that front flip just caught him in midair, 10 feet away from him, and hooked him.
Yeah.
The dude's a monster. Genetic freak with how strong he is.
Yeah, 4 for Cesaro. Put the title on the man.
Yep, it's time.
Quit wasting time with the tag titles and the second-tier titles.
Pull the trigger while there's still time to pull the trigger.
And then push him versus Big E, and then I can get what I really want to see.
Yep. Gave it a 4 out of 5. Heavy Machinery cuts into a promo. It was clunky. Tucker and Otis, not bad promos respectively, but together they're both talking about, we can't stand for how Miz and Morrison treated Mandy Rose and making fun of her, but there was a lot of dead air, and it looked like Tucker was trying to pin Otis, not pin him in the ring, but pin him with verbiage, and they just weren't playing off of each other very well. I don't know if there was a disconnect, and maybe the content was written or they forgot something, but you could tell there wasn't a promo they were really prepared for.
Correct. I went into that with a 2.
Yeah, I gave it a 2 as well. Then we cut into a Fiend segment that was almost really, really good.
It had the potential to be 5 stars, and
if
then they let Braun Strowman heavy breathe into the camera.
With the Fiend going to put the mandible claw on Alexa Bliss very slowly, and she stops him and she grazes his cheek and he backs off and freaks out, and then Braun Strowman takes over immediately and talks
ruined everything.
on and on and on about how he's the monster.
I would like to kind of bring it back as to kind of a nod at the Blair Witch, if you remember the shot of the nose and the booger.
Yeah.
That's what Braun Strowman did for 4 minutes, which was about 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
Way too long. It was just him talking like this.
Also him talking about, I don't give a damn about Alexa Bliss. What the point is that?
Right?
I don't get that.
And also, like, the really hard part was that you believed Alexa Bliss was in danger.
Yes.
For a split second. You really thought, like, he's going to do it again. He's going to put the mandible claw on her. And Braun Strowman could have been the Monster Slayer. Could have been the guy who, don't you touch her and I'll, whatever. Just put himself up as a real opposition. And again, the Monster promo drug on and
He
on
could
and
have
on.
put the gimmick over rather than putting himself over.
Yeah, not a great...
Writing sucked, is what it did.
Yeah, whoever wrote that can eat my butt.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Hit him with the pressed ham. 2 out of 5 as well. Was working on a 5.
Yeah, it was close to being a 5-star segment. If Braun Strowman would have just said what he had to say in a minute, and then the camera cut off, it would have been perfect.
Yes.
Jeff Hardy wrestles King Corbin. Jeff Hardy wins by DQ because Sheamus comes out and attacks Jeff Hardy, which costs King Corbin the match. Yeah.
Eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye, perfect. Did exactly what it needed to do. Was a great match anyway, starting out because, again, Corbin, we can't put him over enough, and he's wrestling Jeff freaking Hardy.
Correct.
So 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 2 out of 5 only because, again, we get a no finish.
Yeah. And then that leads directly from the commercial break into a Sheamus versus Corbin match. Again, very hard-hitting, very serious. Similar finish. Matt Riddle comes out and attacks Corbin, costing Corbin the win, giving the win to Sheamus. Another DQ finish. I give that a 2.5 just because...
No, it was a pinfall.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he did win by pinfall.
Yeah, he jumped off the top rope behind him, turned around, broke.
Yep, you are correct. You are correct.
2.5.
Yep, 2.5.
Solid.
Yeah, big time. Sasha and Bayley segment, again, 1 out of 5. I'm just tired of listening to the two of them drone on and on.
Yeah,
and
we can move on.
Sasha keeps accepting challenges on Bayley's behalf. Bayley keeps accepting challenges on Sasha's behalf.
One big build to no payoff.
Blow it off. Blow it off already and give us the match we want to see.
Yeah.
Big E cuts a promo. A good promo, but it becomes kind of a televangelist halfway through. I gave it a 2.
I gave it a 3. I dig the whole fired up thing. Which is what he did at the beginning of the whole New Day gimmick.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a throwback.
Yeah, I get what they're doing with it. It just wasn't...
I am upset, however, that he didn't work.
Yeah, and he was in gear.
Yeah.
He just wasn't featured on SmackDown, which is ridiculous.
And I dug the gear with Xavier and Kofi on there.
Yeah. Stephanie then appears via satellite in a promo with Bayley and Sasha. I gave it a 2 out of 5. Stephanie sets up a tri-branded women's battle royal to determine the number 1 contender for Bayley's women's championship at
Always a fan of battle royals.
So am I. She name drops the word retribution, which is kind of interesting, considering the retribution faction. But again, too long.
Yeah,
too long with Sasha and Bayley talking the hokey. We want to be just like you. We're role models for your daughter, and we love you and Triple H. We want you. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up and slap somebody.
Yeah.
Slap the shit out of somebody.
Unfortunate.
Leading right into a Miz and Morrison promo that is just, again, too long with them going on and on about Otis's weight.
And again, can Sonya Deville do anything without somebody backing her up?
Yeah. Miz and Morrison are obnoxious heels, and there is a way to do that without getting go-home heat.
And they're underground.
And in this situation, it had too much go-home heat for me.
Correct.
It was a little pitchy for me, dog. Main event was Heavy Machinery versus Miz and Morrison. And to be honest, match really wasn't that good. But Mandy Rose coming out of the end and attacking Sonya Deville saved it for me, and I give it a 3 out of 5.
I give it a 3 as well for the same reason. Although I do dig watching Otis and them work the way that they do.
Yeah, so do I. I'm a big fan of Heavy Machinery as a tag team.
And of course,
big fan.
That spills into the tear apart at the end.
Yeah.
And then the lights go out.
Yeah, and then the lights go out, and we see Retribution. This new segment, this new faction has appeared. There are rumors about which there are 5 members. 2 of them are female, 3 are male. There are rumors about who they are, going all over the place. They destroy everything and everybody. They take a chainsaw to the ring. They flip the announce table. They beat up the fans, who we all know are Performance Center members.
But it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
This is what they should have done Monday night.
Yeah. I gave it a 3 out of 5, but because it's very Nexus and very Shield for me, and while that works, I didn't like the rehash. They went a little farther than Nexus and Shield did, but for me, it got a 3.
It got a 4 from me. I love the faction mentality. I love the coming in and the W.
That
W
I did love, that iconic W symbol, and then they do the X out. I thought that was awesome.
I love that they let the women of the faction have some shine.
Yeah, by attacking some of the women.
Yeah, which was great.
It was a little uncomfortable, though, watching the girl there, and, like, the guys are standing there taunting her. Like, you really felt like she was going to get the shit kicked out of her.
I think that's the point.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, it was good.
I think that's
what well done.
But yeah, that's what they should have done with Raw.
Yeah.
Why would you book Raw telling that there's a new faction and then
not
basically not give it?
Yeah.
So they really fixed that with SmackDown, I think, but I gave that a 4.
Yeah, I agree. Maximus, what were our overall ratings for SmackDown this week?
Luke, you gave it a 3 out of 5. Who was your star for this?
Mandy Rose's hair. I laughed.
Stupid.
But it made me laugh, and not a lot of stuff makes me laugh in a good way.
That's fair.
Caleb, you gave it overall 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
who was your
Sheamus. Sheamus was the star of the night. He pulled triple duty. I mean, he busted his ass. You cannot ask for more from somebody than to wrestle 3 matches and 2 segments and not get winded and make it believable.
Could not ask for more.
Who's better than Canyon? Sheamus.
Sheamus
isn't better than Canyon. I'm sorry I said that.
No. Bang!
Alright, guys, that's what's up for SmackDown with us this week. What did you think of Retribution's real in-ring debut? I don't call it in-ring debut, but their building debut. What did you guys think about the
Chelsea Green and her friends?
Mandy Rose's hair. Let us know in the comments down below. After you like and subscribe, send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. And do not forget to like and subscribe once we hit a number of subscribers. I'm not going to give away the number yet. I'm planning on something special. So make sure you guys keep tuning in, subscribe, get us there, and stay tuned because we're talking about NXT right meow.